Good afternoon or good morning, everybody, depending on when you're watching this. I'm just here with Badger, the new Wales' second strongest man, who is supported by Adapt Nutrition that we stock in store. Badger is a natural athlete, so we were going to just have a quick run through some of the products that he uses, how he performed in his recent competitions, and what he feels the products have done for him, as opposed to loads of sciencey waffle that may or may not translate into anything real in the gym. So if you want to start off with your two most recent competitions, Badger.
Yeah, I've just done Wales' Strongest Man, where I come second, which will get me into UK Strongest Man this upcoming year. I think September, but I'll definitely get an email soon about that. And then I've done World's Strongest Team, which I competed for Wales with Matt Jeans against other teams from around the world.
Yeah, and that was in Stoke.
Yeah.
And the guy certainly didn't look out of place for a country as small as Wales to be even competing on the world's level is quite new, really.
Yeah, crazy, yeah.
And they did well. They didn't look out of place at all, particularly on the movement events. You did well. Badger's very strong as a movement athlete. And Wales' Strongest Man, how did that go?
Everything went to plan. I was chasing Mark Jeans, who was Wales' Strongest Man.
Chasing him, Mark.
Chasing him, yeah. Nipping at his heels. Everything went really well. Every event, I knew what I had to do because I done well in my deadlift, which made me start third going out. So, yeah, every time I went out, I knew what I had to do to keep where I needed to be.
Okay. So, specifically, use the entire Adapt range. We're going to look at Testo Plus, Pretrained, and Badger's got his jug that he's very happy with. So, if you want to, I'll run through the products briefly. So Testo Plus is a testosterone booster. It combines ZMA, which I mentioned in the video yesterday, which helps with sleep and recovery. Vitamin D, which is a precursor to testosterone. D-aspartic acid, which is one of the most studied clinically proven test boosters going. Avena sativa, which isn't a product I'm massively up on, if I'm honest. Fenugreek and white button mushroom extract, all in non-proprietary doses. You probably can't see that on there, but it tells you exactly how much of each ingredient is in the product. So there's none of that kind of proprietary blend business going on there. They're a UK-based company. You have it post-workout, before bed. How have you found that product, Badger?
Oh, it's brilliant. They're just a heads up, if you want to know all the ins and out details, the Adapt Facebook page has a really good post about all their products. But what I found with this, take it just before bed, helps with sleep. Give it half an hour, and you need to get in bed, shut the curtains, turn out lights, no going on your phone, and you will fall asleep. It helps you that much, I find. And it's just recovery. Brilliant. You know, I put my body through hell, and then I can carry on going week in, week out.
And you've been using this for 2 months now, is that right?
Yeah, roughly, I would say. Yeah.
And your progression in your deadlift has been, obviously, progression with an athlete who's competing at a high level is always going to be different to, if you start at the gym, you can stick 30 kilos on a lift, it's not a big a deal. But when you're competing at a high level, putting even a kilo on a lift can be a big deal. So yeah. What has your progression been like?
With using this and training at Big Dogs, we've stopped going heavy for ages, and we just focus on doing loads of reps at a high weight, and then dropping down and repping out. And then when I did do a PB after, I'm going to say 8 weeks of not touching a heavy weight, I put on, so I managed to pull 350 kilos from a 330 PB. So
okay. So massive jump.
Massive jump, yeah.
So that's that. It's nothing massively revolutionary in terms of test boosts. What it is well dosed, openly dosed, completely safe, or even if you're in, if you compete in sport or anything like that, and it's fairly priced. So we have that in stock all the time. The other product is Pretrain. Pretrain is more of a performance athlete's pre-workout. I liken it most to Red Mist. Doesn't contain any creatine, but it does contain a few things that I really like. It contains betaine that helps with recovery. It contains tyrosine that helps with focus. It also contains coenzyme Q10, which helps with heart health, which if you're taking stimulant-based products is always going to be a good move. And it's got estrogen in it, 50 milligrams, which is the clinical dose. Estrogen improves the effectiveness of pretty much any supplement that you're taking. It is something you can get as a standalone, but with the Adapt range, it comes in your pre-workout, which is probably a very good time to use it. In use, how have you found it?
Brilliant. I know for before I go on with this, I know that tingles mean nothing.
Yeah.
But you do get a load of tingles with this, and even though I know they mean nothing, they still
psychosomatically
they make you feel like it's working.
Yeah, it's worth mentioning that if you're used to really high stim American pre-workouts and that's what you're looking for, that's not what you're going to get with this product. You're going to get something that's going to improve your performance, it's going to improve your gym lifts, it's going to improve your pump, it's going to improve your ability to train. It's not going to make you feel like you're going to go discoing.
No, not at all.
But that's not what it's about.
It does make you want to get up and go to the gym. It's got a little bit of kick, but nothing too crazy dancing.
No.
Okay. But nothing too crazy like we were saying. But it works every time. That's the main thing. You get some of these stims.
60% of the time it works every time? No, I mean, I think it's really important to know.
Yeah.
A pre-workout like this is my first choice. I like Red Mist. Badger likes Pretrain. I find in use they're both quite similar.
Yeah.
Flavouring
This
is
lovely,
very good. But it's about improving your performance in the gym, and it's about, you know, keeping that logbook, improving your numbers session upon session. That's what that product's really good for. So if you're doing strongman, you're doing CrossFit, you're doing something like that, I think it's an excellent product. Or if you're a bodybuilder and you want to push your logbook and you're not wanting to overdo it on the stims every single session, really, really great product.
The thing what I find with other stim-based product is they do lose their potency after time.
Don't get me wrong, I do have a tub of Hyde and a tub of Angel Dust in my cupboard.
You got luck every now and then.
Yeah, and I think of those as like my top shelf. You know, they're my absence. The day when I really need it.
There you got Hustler magazine,
Yeah, I pull it out.
Yeah.
When I really need it, I pull it out. But I don't use them every day.
Yeah.
And then Badger's latest toy is a big jug that you fill with water. I'm sure you've seen everybody using them. It's nothing new. But the Adapt ones look really nice. They seem to be well made.
Yeah.
The branding on them solid. Badger commented earlier, you can fit quite a bit of water in these, which I thought was cute.
Yeah, like 200, 2.2 litres.
So, from what I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, Badger's putting 2 scoops of his Adapt Intra Aminos into it.
Yeah. And
he's sipping a kind of half of that before he trains, over the hour or so before he trains. The other half while he trains. And he can top that up if he needs to.
Yeah.
And it ensures that he's fed with everything that he needs. But you put whatever the hell you want to them, you know.
Yeah.
Right, so
I add a bit of carb powder in for when I do train.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something that's worth looking at doing. If you're doing strength stuff, you're looking at building muscle, you struggle to eat enough carbs, putting some carb powder in an intra-workout is a good way of doing it. It's not essential, but for guys with smaller appetites, it certainly does help. Is there anything you wanted to add?
Nothing really. Just get out there and train, guys. Without being the guy like I'm sponsored. This is actually really good stuff. I wouldn't say it otherwise.
I think that's important to note. I mean, I use a lot of Bodytronics stuff. I am sponsored by Bodytronics. I'm in a fortunate position in that I own a shop. I could use whatever I wanted. I genuinely use those because I feel that they offer me my best performance. Interest and Red Mist, particularly products that I love. Juggernaut, I think, is a great product. Badger has done really, really well with these products. We really try not to support or endorse products that we don't rate.
No. We always said that from the start, ever since Strom opened.
Yeah, there are lots of products that we could probably make quite a bit of money on that I simply don't feel offer good value for money. The Adapt range, I think, genuinely, everyone who's tried it, particularly from performance athletes, CrossFitters, that kind of thing, they've all loved it, so it's well worth checking out. We are doing promotions on them at the moment with the jugs. If you buy a Pretrain or an Intramino, you get a jug for free.
You will be putting together a Badger stack, won't you, as well?
Yes, we have been asked for a Badger stack, so that will be Createch, GH Assist, Testo Plus, Intra Aminos and Pretrain, and we'll be doing a package deal on that. I've got to sort out kind of a bundle deal with that, so keep your eyes peeled for that. But thank you very much. Have a lovely day, and I think you look quite small, Badger.
Are you trying?
No.